Hey friends, this is Scott Clem with Preaching and Politics. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you'll stay tuned over the next several days, 7 to be exact. I'm going to be putting out daily videos as well as social media posts on the subject of atonement. And I've spent the better part of this last week writing several things about the atonement, and I thought I'd make some videos about this. This first video is really more of an introduction to what we're going to be discussing the rest of the week. The question is, well, what is atonement? As many of you know, October 5th, 2022, that's yesterday, was the Day of Atonement. It's called Yom Kippur. It is the holiest day in Judaism. Sadly, many Jews, most Jews, are clueless as to how this festival is fulfilled in Jesus. And similarly, Christians are clueless as to why this festival is important, and they fail to grasp the significance of biblical atonement as fulfilled in Jesus. As I mentioned, over the next several days, I'm going to unpack the biblical meaning of atonement. I'm going to share why it's important. I'm going to show how it was fulfilled in Jesus and what it means for us today. I'll be talking about the 5 offerings, or quote-unquote qorban, and how 3 of these are said to bring atonement. I'll discuss the Day of Atonement and why it was so significant. I'll show how during the normal sacrifices, a person's sins weren't transferred onto the animal, rather how there's something more significant that's going on. Now, I want to encourage you to read and to listen to these daily posts for the next 7 days. Now, if you do, I'm confident that you'll be enriched, you'll be blessed, and you'll have a greater appreciation for the things of God. You may even find yourself being transformed. Not because I'm such a prolific writer or speaker or anything like that. Really, I'm not. But rather because God's Word and His Spirit are just really powerful. So the question is, will you put this to the test? Now, as a teaser, let me say that atonement is about payment and purification, not working separately, but concurrently and at the same time. Both are protecting me from death. Under the payment meaning, it's the idea that I have wronged God and now I owe Him a debt that I cannot pay. And yet graciously He has given to me a payment that I can now offer to Him to make right what I have done wrong. Under the purification meaning, it's the idea that I have wronged God and that sin has ruined the environment of our relationship. And because of this, it's now dangerous for me to be in His presence. But the offer of a blameless life will, so to speak, clear the air, washing away the vandalism and pollution that I have caused. Now, 2 warnings in light of this last paragraph. Right? Number 1, if you're a Christian, please don't be deceived that your agreeance or non-agreeance with such a reductionist statement that I just gave now means that you're an expert on atonement. Right? Pride fools us into thinking that there's not much more that we can learn, that I've got it all pretty well figured out. Well, maybe you do, but the chances are you don't. The well is deep, friends, when it comes to this subject. And truthfully, that teaser statement is really poorly written for a subject as this. So the question that I have for you is, are you willing to learn? Second, if you heard that statement and are turned off by it, if you find yourself uncomfortable with the words or concepts of that reductionist statement, well, you're in good company. Atonement talk is designed to make you a little bit squeamish and even to cringe. It's all a bit repugnant to us. For many, it's uncomfortable, it's illogical, it's undignified, and even downright offensive. Nobody said learning the Bible would be easy. But if you're willing to pause and consider that there's more than meets the eye, that God is using jarring things to get your attention and to teach you something, well, then you might actually find truth that you are never looking for. Kind of like finding a diamond in a piece of coal. The question that I have for you is, are you teachable? Here's where this is going. Thursday, that's today, we're going to be talking about atonement. Part 1, what is atonement? Friday, atonement part 2. Is death a punishment or is it a consequence? On Saturday, atonement part 3. God has come near to us. What do we do now? Sunday, atonement part 4. How does this process work anyway? Monday, atonement part 5. Why does something blameless have to die? Tuesday, atonement part 6. A ransom from death? Huh? And then Wednesday, atonement part 7. What can wash away my sin? I hope you'll stay tuned and like or comment and share when something moves you or speaks to you. Take care.